So like always, I have another review for you guys. Today is the Jaxx Wild wireless speaker. And like always, you can get this at $5 below. You see the price tag right here, $5 whopping. I know occasionally things go on sale, but this hasn't been there that long. So with that being said, let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy and see if it's actually worth using and if the sound is, honestly, I'm a little worried. $5 is not that much, but you never know. Cross your fingers. So right here, this is everything that comes inside the box. I figured this is a faster process than unboxing it the normal way. Right here we have the instructions, and to be honest with you, let me just flip it over. Nothing really over there. For you guys that need the instructions and might have got this or threw it away, this is the instructions right here. But I'm going to walk you through how to do everything, of course. And just flip this back over here for people that need to screenshot that real fast. There you go. So, with that being said, this is the speaker itself right here. Well, as you can see, it is micro USB, not USB-C. But if you're a $5 below shopper like me, you already expect this to be micro USB. And most people, I don't think, are too anal about that. It's not life or death. On the flip side, this is the speaker itself. It does have a little clip right here, as you can see. Let me see where the actual charger port is. Charger port is back here. So I'm going to automatically go ahead and say that this is not splash resistance and it has no water resistance whatsoever because of how this case is set up. In addition to that, power on, power off. All you gotta do is click it on. Boom, there you go. And it'll automatically go in sync mode for you. So be aware of that. There's no physical buttons or anything. I don't even see a reset button anywhere. So I'm guessing that you just turn it on and it automatically puts it in sync mode. You do have 3 physical buttons in the front, plus, minus, and play. This doubles down as switching songs too. So depending on what kind of phone you have, software that it's using or music player that you're using, it may or may not work. To each their own. This is the play button right here. And this, like I said, it also doubles down as physical volume, which I want to try in real time, whether it'll, raise the volume of the song itself or can it only just switch it? Again, software is key. Now, if we're just talking about specifications itself, let me just spin it around and beautify it so you can see it. 5.1 Bluetooth. We're getting 32, close to 33 feet in Bluetooth range. That does vary if you're upstairs or downstairs or in the basement. About 2 hours of playtime, 1.5 to 2 hours of playtime, so it's not that much. And it takes about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to charge it. So what most people do is they normally keep these things charged while they're using it. Not the safest thing to do because things do overheat, so kind of be aware of that. You don't want to leave it on charger forever. And that's honestly pretty much it. Now, driver says 52 millimeters. I don't know how, it's $5 below, so we're going to see how well that actually works. But with that being said, let's go into the next section, and that's to basically show you how to sync this device. So like I said before, we're going to put this in sync mode. So here's the phone that we'll be using. Put that right there, a little product placement, there you go. I'm going to turn this on. All right, so automatically it goes to sync mode on its own. And then right here with the phone, I'm going to go ahead and show you in real time. You go to settings. If you're using an Android device, it's still settings. If you're using certain devices that aren't phones, it's still going to be settings. Now, this is called BT Wild speaker. Here we are. I'm going to go ahead and pair it, press OK. And like I say in every video, Android devices may require you to press yes, because a lot of times some devices work with your call log hand in hand by reading it to you. On the other hand, Apple devices, when you sync it, you just automatically press the button, it's going to sync, you're good to go. That's pretty much it. And that is the easy and simple process of syncing. Now let's go ahead over to music to see if this, and this is the part that matters, the music. So without further ado, let's get into that. So like I explained in every single video, moving forward, I used to use Samsung Music Player, but now I just use a file manager because file managers don't have any equalizers or anything in them. So it's in a sense the purest form of playing music. So we are going to go to video because the way these videos are converted, it is music, but it's still in the video format. So I figured, you know what, there's no real reason to put it in MP4 or MP3 because it's going to play regardless. So we're going to play Warzone first so you could hear the bass and go from there. Whoops. Here we are. Let's see how this is. All right. Now remember, YouTube friendly music. All right. All right, so one button allows me to switch back and forth in the application. My question is, can I turn it up? Yeah, if you hold it. Okay. I had a little bass. Turn it down a little bit. Okay. Now let's play something else real fast. Bass things don't sound too bad. I want to hear how it plays other instruments. Doesn't sound bad, actually. Just sound a little distorted when I turned it up. What I'm hearing is going to be a little different than what you guys hear in the video, but it doesn't sound too bad so far. It's struggling. It crackled a little bit when the different types of audio popped up into it. So you can definitely tell that when there's multiple instruments with this thing, it doesn't really perform well. You can hear the crackling. Doesn't sound that good. All right, let me try something else. Fire and ice. Okay. It's doing its thing. Just so you guys know, this is YouTube friendly music. If you go to the YouTube, if you have YouTube Studio on your PC or Mac, whatever, you go to the settings and you're able to actually see sounds that you can use for free for videos and play music out loud that YouTube is licensed. It's their music. So even if you hear words, you're okay and you won't be copyright or anything like that. At least allegedly. It is YouTube, so who knows, even though it's their own music. So let me tell you a little bit about the experience with the music. Now, at first, it started off really, really strong, to be honest with you. I liked how the bass felt in my hand. Because remember, I can hold the speaker, so my experience is a little bit different than you guys in real time. So it started off strong with the bass a little bit. Like you could tell that it was trying to keep up where, you know, if you do hip hop music, I'm about to say hip hop rap, I'm so old, rock music, different things, it didn't seem like it wouldn't perform badly. But the moment that I played something else that had multiple instruments in it, like you heard, I heard it crackled a little bit. And then when you combine those instruments, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. I use FL Studio to make music, right? And when I use FL Studio, nothing professional, just for fun. And when I use it, let's say you had, back in the day before I had a computer that could actually handle the program, let's say your computer had 2 gigs of RAM, 3 gigs of RAM, had like a little crappy Pentium basic processor, right? What would happen was when you put too many instruments together, it would start crackling. The processor couldn't handle what it was computing. Though when you made the song, it would be fine. But back then, when I was really, really young, I had to like do each instrument separately and then put it in at the right time and then hope that the song came out correctly. So with this, if you put multiple instruments together, you're playing something like, if it's Beethoven, it'll probably be fine. But then if you add Beethoven with a beat, when the bass kicks in, I guess it's going into overdrive. And that's when you hear the speaker kind of stutter and just struggle a little bit. Now, what I will say is if you're giving this to someone as a gift, it's not bad. If you're clipping it onto your book bag, it's still not bad. Though I can't really suggest it in that way because most people that clip things onto their book bag kind of they want water resistance. And like I said, this doesn't really have it. But yeah, the sound wasn't anything to write home about. Honestly, I had better, in my opinion, from Five Below. The fact that this is $5 does make it a lot more appealing because a lot of the speakers are $8, $9. I just did a review a day ago on this guy right here. Remember, this is $7 right here. So it does vary in price, and certain ones do well, certain ones don't. So with that being said, if I had to give it a musical rating, I would just say a 5, and that's average. And we're talking about Five Below standards. You got to understand, whenever I talk about these speakers, unless I directly compare it to another carrier product or another brand product, the rating system is normally like a 5 out of 10, which is average. It's not horrible. It's not good. It's nothing you're going to write home about. It's not the best speaker in the world, and I'm sure you heard substantially better for still affordable. But again, you know, you take chances when you go to Ross or Burlington and buy speakers. They're much more expensive. So Five Below is the best bet. But if you're getting this for, like I said, a child, the only reason I would say it may or may not work out is kids don't charge stuff. And they're going to have to charge this. Remember, you're only getting a 2-hour battery life total. And that's if you're using it at a lower octave, like maybe between 50 to 70%. If you're blasting it at 100, it's definitely going to die probably in an hour and a half time. It really depends. It really depends what you're using it for. But anywho, let me go ahead and just do up my closing thoughts and let you know, is it actually worth purchasing? So to be completely honest with you, I kind of answered that question in the last part of the video, but I'm just going to say it again for you. This is a $5 speaker. I do think it's worth it when you look at the grand scheme of things. You have to think about who you're getting this for, who you want to use this. If it's for you and you hear the sound, you say, I'm okay with that, that's fine. The volume wasn't that bad. Like, it was louder than a lot of other speakers that I reviewed on this channel that was at Five Below. The problem is the higher the volume, the more it suffers in terms of quality of sound. And I do apologize if I'm sounding like a little under weather. I know this is the last part of the video, but I had to redo the opening anyway. So I'll just give you guys a disclaimer in the beginning. But anywho, like I said before, the sound is average at best, 5 out of 10 for those that skip this part and just want to know the conclusion. It is worth it if you buy it for $5. If you're buying it for a gift for someone else, yes, it is worth it. The build quality isn't anything like special. It does seem pretty solid. If you squeeze it, it's not going to crack like a lot of other cheap speakers. If you sit on it, it's going to definitely survive. The issue, like I said, I have with this speaker is simply that, the battery life isn't good enough, and it does suffer as you turn up the higher volume. And when I tried some different songs, death metal, I tried that because I have something from each genre, kind of. I did a little soundtrack music. I played some cyberpunk. And to be honest with you, it just doesn't perform well in every situation. It's better with bassy music, if anything. But the moment vocals and other things come in, you can definitely tell where the speaker suffers. So, there's that. But again, the price tag. I know I'm saying a lot of negatives, but, the price tag. I just want to be realistic. I don't want you guys to just go buy a speaker that's absolutely horrible, and it's not horrible. If it's a gift, what I would suggest is bundle it. So if you're getting something from Five Below, you want someone to have a bunch of gifts and you're on a budget, this is what I suggest. Bundle it with these Armor ones. These things are fire. The quality, it sounds good. They're IP rated, and they're only $8 at Five Below. If you bundle it with this, it's base Jaxx. It'll show that you have a bunch of different things and you want to gift someone. If you're gifting this by itself, I'm like, if you can afford the $13, grab this along with it because it goes into the ears and it won't stick in your ear like a regular earbud. So it won't be too sore when someone uses it at all, especially for long-term usage. It's not bad. I always bundle Five Below stuff together, but if it's by itself and you're using it as a primary speaker to replace something that was a quality that you broke, you're going to be sorely disappointed. You're better off using your regular phone speaker if that's the case. But anyway, that is the review. Like always, like and subscribe, guys, and I will see y'all in the next video.